Welcome to TKO, also known as
Trending with Keisha and Ori.
If it's trending, we're talking about it.
All right, everybody, welcome back to another edition of the TKO podcast. And look at this nonsense that is going on right here. And we're not doing any full screens of that. I cannot believe. Do y'all, America, do y'all believe this? Do y'all believe what my co-host is rocking? Explain yourself, partner.
I mean, what is there to explain? What was obvious don't need to be talked about, bro. Listen, the Sixers should not have been in this situation, okay? And to prevent any further embarrassment in trying to rep my city, I've decided to jump ship.
So are you announcing right here on this podcast that you have relinquished your Sixers fandom and now you're going to join the Atlanta Hawks? That is going to be your new squad? Is that what you're telling us?
Well, first of all, let's be clear and then I'll be honest, okay? Let's be clear. I'm not a Sixers fan. I'm a Philadelphia fan. I'm a Philadelphia native. I will always rep for my city. But when you wrong, bro. Now, the true story behind the jersey is I was born on January 15th, so that's why I'm repping MLK. And then on the back is number 20, Collins, who played them last night. And matter of fact, throughout the series. And Collins is my maiden name. So that's the story behind the jersey. It just seems fitting to wear it right now. I'm just saying. But never a Sixers fan, but I tried to write. You go back, watch the past couple podcasts since my return. I tried to rep for Philly. I tried to rep for the Sixers. I tried to hold on to where you were coming from. But if you also go back a little bit further, you know that I've always said Ben Simmons is not who everyone thinks he is. We've always had a Ben Simmons problem. And although Doc brought the veteran coaching that we desperately needed, and he maybe did all he could do, Doc Rivers also has the issue showing up in the playoffs. And, by this time, everybody's seeing the stats, the numbers, he blows leads. He's not successful in clinching series. So history speaks for itself. Sometimes you got to take facts for what they are. Now, we both know I always say facts are not always true.
Facts ain't true.
All facts not true. But in this circumstance, Doc was just being Doc. He's not a in-game adjustment type coach. He doesn't know how to make those adjustments. He has almost as bad as a substitution problem as Brett Brown had. He's just not great at that. I believe that. Oh, all right, well, let me finish. You don't even know what you're disagreeing with yet.
That statement. Go ahead.
He didn't play Maxey enough. You got to deal with Ben Simmons. It doesn't matter that he's a superstar. You can't leave him in a game, with the exception of the last 2 minutes of a fourth quarter, especially in a game 7, when they were essentially performing. They did hack a Ben maybe in 2 games, and it messed with his mental so bad. The man he had 5 points in 36 minutes. No fourth quarter shots. He passed up on an open dunk. Bro, that is not you're a role player at this point.
Well, I mean, yes, that was horrible, but we know that Washington. We know that. I believe, as many other people believe, that this is psychological. This has nothing to do with talent. This has nothing to do with he can't do it. This is we're not doctors or anything like that, but just what we can see that there is something missing right now, and that is mentally. So that has nothing to do with.
That would be a showing in the Eastern Conference Finals. That's what's missing.
You know what? You know what? You know what? You take your little MLK jersey. You know what you can do with that.
No,
I'm gonna be nice.
I agree because a lot of one of the main coaching philosophies, if you're a coach worth your salt, is basketball and maybe a lot of other sports, but basketball is 10% physical, 90% mental, which is why people taunt you when you're at the free throw line, which is why you don't see more players talking than NBA players during a game. You know what I mean? So basketball is a head game because it's a strategic game. More, the physical,
Absolutely.
The dunking, the speed, and all that. Those are physical attributes that you can develop and all those things. And then there are people with natural born talent, and then hard work has to take over at some point. But come on, man, a game 7 in the playoffs. If your head's not there, you gotta take him out the game. He proved himself to be useless.
Okay, all right. So I feel like this is going in many directions. So. Obviously, you brought up Doc and you brought up Ben Simmons. I'll get back to those points in a minute, but I want to talk about the overall Atlanta series. Number one, the main reason why the Sixers lost this series, there are two main reasons that stick out. One was turnovers. No, it was turnovers. Turnovers was a thing that was happening during the Brett Brown era. It was one of our weakest things. And these were not forced turnovers. Atlanta did not force. They did not figure us out and say, okay, we're going to play the passing lanes. These were unforced errors. Okay. And it started in game 1. Okay. And it reared its ugly head in game 7. Number 2, the main reason why we lost this series is that it happened. It's funny. I'm about to say what I'm going to say, but in a prior podcast, I said, you know what? The difference with this Sixers team is that they know how to close. It don't matter if a team comes back on them. They know how to finish. If you remember that, I brought that up in the podcast. I said, I felt like Keisha last year. I was like, Keisha, I felt like last year the Sixers would have lost all those games. This year, they're a different team. And you were like, yep, you're right. And what happened was it reverted back to an ugly time in our era of turnovers and not being able to finish and close it out.
Do you know what causes that, Ori, when you don't have a true point guard? Ben Simmons is not a point guard. He should have never come into the league as a point guard. He shouldn't have been the Sixers point guard for as long as he was. And he is the point guard problem.
If you want to
That's what leads to all the turn. Come on, man. He gave up the ball before he got to half court.
Keisha.
Almost every play.
Keisha. How is it that you can say the problem is the point guard when that point guard helped them get to the 26-point lead? So you're good. So
he also helped them lose it. But
Keisha, but how do you get there? So you can't say that
because he's not consistent.
But Keisha, how did he get the 26-point lead?
You want to give Ben Simmons that credit?
Well, you're taking it away from him. I said the reason why.
I mean, if you want to give it to him, that's fine. But he also lost the games.
But what I'm saying, but he also
cancel each other out. So he renders himself useless.
So then there we go. So that's what I'm saying. So the point is mute. So the point is mute because you're saying the reason why they lost the lead is because of the point guard, and I'm saying the reason why they had the lead is because of the point guard. So both of us are two things can be true at the same time. So at the end of the day,
but my statement is truer because they lost.
How's it truer?
So that's the biggest issue.
Wait, it's not
because who cares if you get a 26-point lead if you lose it?
No,
who cares?
No. If they never had it, what do you mean? Who cares?
Anyway, who cares if you had it? You lost it.
Look, I said also on a podcast years ago that we had 2 podcasts. One, I said most pressure on the Sixers had the most pressure was Ben Simmons. You disagree with me? Blah 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 blah. I have been proven right about that. Number two.
He put that pressure on himself because he can't shoot. He has no work ethic. He can't shoot free throws.
Let me finish. Okay, calm down. Number 2, what I said was Ben Simmons has to be the best player on the Sixers for them to win a championship. And then I was like, you know what? This year, the Sixers were actually, I said, you know what? The Sixers are actually a good team. We all thought they were good enough to win a championship. So this is my thing. With everybody talking about Ben Simmons, why the hell were we all invested in this team? We all believe that this Sixers team could win this championship this year. And we all knew how kind of player that Ben Simmons was. We all did. I stopped giving my passion and my intensity and waiting for Ben to do that. I gave that up a long time ago. I accepted what he was. I accepted it. Now, what the things I accepted to what happened in the playoffs are even worse. I did not see that. And none of us saw that. We all saw what we saw. We all said, okay, like I was on this is what Ben Simmons is. I'm not invested. I'm not going to expect him to do more because I don't expect it. He clearly doesn't want to do that. And a lot of y'all were like, he needs to do this. 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 While also saying the Sixers can win a chip. The Sixers can win a chip. The Sixers can win a chip. So y'all all agree that Ben Simmons need to do all these things.
Wait,
but y'all all agree.
Time out.
Hang on.
How's you saying y'all? You have to clarify that y'all does not involve me.
Keisha, did you?
You must mean you and your friend.
Did you? Keisha, did you or did you not think the Sixers had a legitimate chance to win a championship? I'm not saying they were going to win it.
Did you think cylinders clicked?
Did you think? No, I'm just asking you a simple question. You watched the games this season.
If all cylinders clicked, yes, but all cylinders never clicked. So I wasn't. Remember, because you said, no, bro. The last couple podcasts, if it wasn't the last one before, you were like, yeah, we gotta get ready for that parade down. I was like, I wouldn't go there just yet.
I didn't say it was happening. I said that's what we're working towards. I didn't say it was going to happen. I didn't say, it's going to happen. I said, this is a new season.
And then reality kicks in. You know, Embiid, I will say this. I wasn't impressed. I don't think he gave a complete performance. I think he was gassed a little bit.
Okay.
I think fatigue got the best of him, and also his foul chasing is the issue that they need to work on. All he does is chase fouls, man. Come on, stop it. And it's going to lead to a serious injury at some point. I'm not.
Wait. I'm gonna let you finish your point. Was Embiid the only player in that series to foul chase? Wasn't there somebody else? Who else was doing it?
You talking about Trae Young?
Exactly right.
Absolutely. But listen. Trae Young got. He doesn't have to fall as far. Like Embiid.
No. You didn't bring up falling.
Embiid chased fouls to where he could legit hurt himself. He does some of the dumbest things.
Acting, swinging off,
but that's different. That's not different. Trae Young. And let's be clear. The NBA is trying to clean that up with it's called the unnatural shot.
Man, get that
it's called the unnatural shot. So they're going to look at it this summer to change it because 3-point shooters do tend to do that. They chase, but
that's
contorting your body to get a foul versus going up in the air and to try to stop dunking mid-dunk,
don't matter,
so you can get a foul call. You can bring serious bodily harm to yourself. And all I'm saying is he falls so far to the ground to get a foul. It's mind-blowing that he risks his body like that. That's all I'm saying.
Okay,
he's a foul chaser. He's too big to do that. It is so obvious.
But the referees did a terrible job. He was fouled.
No, we're not blaming this one the worst. We're not blaming
No.
We're not going there.
No. I'm not going to let you do that. I said they did a terrible job.
2 things led to this situation. Two people. Doc Rivers, in-game adjustments.
Okay.
They got to look at that seriously. That's a problem.
Can we talk about that?
That's a problem.
Let's talk about
Okay. Ben Simmons, I know everybody's saying it's like a catchphrase at this point. He's got to go.
Okay.
Or you need to bring an actual 2 and 3 superstar in to help him be. Because right now he don't have it. Tobias was doing good. I don't know if he got tired. He disappeared. You can't put Shake Milton in the game for 5 minutes and expect him to do anything. You can't play Maxey 10, 15 minutes with the energy he brings. You got to put him in there from the jump. Give that young man let him know that you need him. Let him go out there and do his thing. He plays with no fear.
All right.
He should have got more minutes.
Let's talk about
who you want to talk about?
Let's talk about Doc's substitutions, because you had said it, and I've been wanting to get at that statement. Okay. Keisha, who did they lose in the Atlanta series?
Who? Oh, Green?
Thank you. Yes.
You think Green made that big of a difference?
Was a huge loss, and I'm going to tell you why.
So?
Absolutely. Number one,
listen.
Number one, because Danny Green is the type of guy that you can leave on the floor for offense and defensive reasons. Seth Curry played his ass off, but he was a defensive liability, okay? Danny Green would have been the one guarding Herter and all those other guys. That was a huge loss. Huge loss.
When Danny Green was playing, he was guarding Trae Young, who blew by him every chance he got.
One. And then what happened? Doc made the adjustment. So there you go with the Doc. So when people say
what
Doc,
was the adjustment?
The
Who he put on him?
Ben Simmons and then Tyrese. I mean, and Thibault. And it worked. It worked game two.
And then Thibault went in the game and hit the ball while he's shooting the three like an idiot. Like, come on. Like, that's what happens when you play these guys for 2, 3, 4, 5 minutes at crucial moments. You can't put people in cold like that. They don't have that type of in-game experience.
Thibault played 22 minutes. Thibault was a person they brought off the bench all the time. So, okay, so let's talk about this.
But he wasn't a game changer.
Keisha, losing Danny Green was huge because who did they have to start, Keisha? Who did they start in his replacement?
They should have started Maxey.
But who did they start?
Korkmaz?
Yes, Korkmaz, who is what? A defensive liability. I wouldn't
have started Korkmaz.
Okay.
So that is a coaching decision issue.
That's right. That's a coaching decision issue. So we're going to talk about some of the Doc moves. When he brought in Shake Milton in game 2, he pushed the right button in that one. That helped them win the damn game.
That was because Shake was trying. That's because Shake was trying to get his minutes back up. But
you can't.
That was a one-time performance.
That was
a one-time performance. I don't think Shake is worth his salt.
But I
don't think Shake is worth his shake. No.
I'm talking about Doc. I'm only talking about the moves that Doc made. That was a good move. Doc saw something. He went with the guy, and it worked. It helped them win a basketball game. Number 2.
That was good luck.
No, it's no good luck. That's a championship coach making a championship type of decision. That was a great move.
Then why didn't he do it again?
What do you mean? Why didn't he do it again?
Why Shake didn't get them minutes again?
He tried to push that button last night, and that button didn't work. He tried that one again.
5 minutes left in the game.
He brought Shake in at the beginning of the fourth
5 minutes
quarter.
left.
And the only reason
put a man in the game, 5 minutes left in the game, 7 in the fourth quarter.
Listen, I think Doc went into this game. He didn't want to play 10 game 7. He didn't want to have to play 10 guys. But he saw that the team was tight. He saw that the team was missing shots. He saw that the team was energy. So he had to expand his bench. He didn't go into it. He did not go into it.
They should have ended this series in game 5.
Absolutely. They should have ended in game 5. They should have they should have won game 4 in Atlanta and closed it out in game 5.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. Okay, so Doc made enough great coaching moves to help them win that. Doc made enough moves for this team to win the series. I ain't blaming Doc. It's on the players. No, F that. Y'all want to blame Brett Brown last year? No, none of this nonsense. No, we're going to take it out on these players. Enough with the damn Doc Rivers. I don't care what Doc Rivers did with the Clippers. I don't care about that. That's irrelevant. It's not the same thing.
It matters.
No. Two things can be true, and two things that look similar cannot be true. So I'm not blaming that. It has nothing to do with Doc. Doc made enough good coaching decisions. Some worked and some didn't. Hey, Nate McMillan on the other side, he made some great moves, but all his moves weren't great either. So
it is what it is. They were good, he was playing without his best defender, Philadelphia's own DeAndre Hunter.
Yeah, Atlanta's worst defensively than Washington.
They took out the number 1 seed in the Eastern Conference.
Okay, so did the Clippers, but yes, and it's terrible. That's terrible.
Matters.
It's terrible.
Has to change.
Yes. Okay. So I wanted to. So that's number thing.
You disagree with me.
Yeah, I debunk.
What has to change?
Okay, you want to move on to what has to change? Well, clearly, they have to do something with Ben Simmons. They either got to fix him or get rid of him.
can't fix him. He's got to go.
You can't say you can't fix him.
Can't fix him. Can't fix him.
Are you?
Can't fix him.
So let me ask you something.
Do you can't fix him?
Who's your favorite basketball player right now in the NBA?
Who's my favorite basketball player?
Yeah, you know who it is. Just say his name.
I mean,
you're wasting time.
Obviously, you have some ulterior motive, so I'm gonna just go with what you want me to say, which is LeBron James, best player in NBA.
All right. Keisha, do you recall a series, NBA Finals, Miami Heat versus the Dallas Mavericks? Do you recall that? You recall that? Do you remember what happened in that series?
Maybe.
LeBron James was terrible. He was frozen. He was scared to shoot. He was scared.
I mean, why use this moment as a hate LeBron moment?
No. And people said that's it. It's over for him. He will never win anything. That's what he
never said it was over for Ben Simmons. What I'm saying is for the role they want him to play on the not for what they want him to do on the Sixers.
How do you know? Don't tell me he can't. He's 25 years old, man. He's in year 1 of a max contract.
How long has his shooting been an issue?
What do you mean?
Since he's been here. His shooting has always been an issue. Can't shoot.
Well, wait. That's not.
And now it's bled into his free throw shooting.
That's not. Well, here you go. Now you work with me. The shooting is not the issue. Let me ask you: can Giannis shoot, Keisha?
For a big man, yeah.
No, he cannot. No, he can't.
For a big man, you talking about free throws?
That easy. He's worse. If it wasn't for Ben Simmons,
he's not down some threes occasionally.
No.
But that's apples and oranges, bro. I don't think you should ever compare forward to. I don't think positions are
the same guy. They're 7 feet tall.
No. No, they're not the same guy.
Yes, they're
not the same player.
Yes, they are. Yes, they are.
They're not. Disagree. You're not the same player.
Tell me what the difference is. Okay, just because Giannis doesn't bring up the ball, is that what you're saying? That's the difference.
The difference is Giannis is in the finals.
He ain't in the Eastern Conference Finals.
Right.
Okay, and here's the thing. Hold up. How long they been knocking on that door? Miami beat the hell out of them last year. And everybody said
not as long as we have.
And everybody thought it was
how long we've been trusting the process.
Let me tell you. Okay.
We've been trusting the process longer than Giannis has been.
No. Miami. Okay. Miami has been on their. Milwaukee has been on this train before the Sixers. Milwaukee. First of all, Giannis is the 2-time MVP. Number one.
Giannis.
Number two. They choked 2 Eastern Conference Finals away, so people were like, okay, that's it for them. We got to get him help. Giannis can't do it by himself. He is not the guy. So what did they have to do? They had to get Drew Holiday this year. And actually, Drew had a terrible playoff. He just hit some lucky shots in Game 7. But
they'll be lucky to beat the Hawks at this point. They're not showing up either. But they did enough.
That's my point.
They did enough.
That's my
Their
point.
superstars, their main players showed up. They didn't choke in Game 7.
Okay. I don't.
That's the difference.
Ben Simmons didn't choke. He just didn't. He didn't even attempt to choke.
He didn't choke.
No, he just
decided to put on his uniform and not play.
Pretty much, he was mentally frozen. He wouldn't even do enough to himself. So
at that point, you leave him in the game?
Yeah, because you need defense. Because you need it. That's the thing about it. Yes, you had to leave him in the game. But if you look at Game 6, they took him out. They took him out the game. So Doc did that. Doc said, okay, one day you're going to
He didn't take him out the game enough.
What you mean to take him out the game enough?
He took him out longer than that.
He took him, but you have to have okay, Keisha. So you take out Ben Simmons. Who are you going to put out there to guard Trae Young then?
Maxey.
Man, get the hell out of here. You know he can't guard him. Come on,
Why?
Keisha, stop it. He can.
Why?
He can't guard him. He can't. He's not big enough. He's not big enough. And he's too unorthodox.
It's not about being big. It's about footwork.
Keisha, he can't. He's a rookie. He can't stay with him. Maxey,
why?
Do you think? Okay, but Keisha, I'm gonna tell you why. Ben Simmons is an all defensive team player. Maxey's not.
You're talking about, first of all, the last 2 games, Trae Young didn't really show up. He didn't do half as much as he did in the beginning of the series.
Yeah.
So and Atlanta was still in the game. So he wasn't as much of a threat. He was tired at that point, just like everybody else was. I mean, game
it had nothing to do with Ben Simmons' defense. It had nothing to do with Ben Simmons.
I mean, maybe a little bit, but I don't think you got to give somebody else a chance if you need that offense. So the problem is the Sixers could never put the Hawks away. The Hawks have way too many more. They have too many more shooters than the Sixers did than to sit there and risk the entire game, or maybe Ben Simmons will shoot the ball. Maybe Ben Simmons will make a free throw. You can't count on those moments when the Hawks are knocking down threes. At that point, I don't care about defense on Trae Young. I need somebody to get in the game and score, and it wasn't Ben. He needed to go.
Okay, so you take Ben Simmons out the game.
Right.
It's a tight
you
game.
think that's going to make Trae Young hot?
And you got damn right it's going to make him. Now the league's going to be 10. Then what you going to do then?
What difference does it make? You only need 1 point to lead. Put somebody in there that's going to cool the Hawks off so we can get some points on the board. You can play all the defense in the world, but if you're not scoring, you're not going to win a game.
I disagree.
He wasn't worth it. And, well, I mean, we can disagree, but clearly your way of thinking got us here, right? Because apparently you agree with the decisions Doc made.
No, I said Doc made some moves. Unfortunately, there were things out of his control. I thought the only reason why, because I heard a lot of people on the radio
nothing's out of your control.
I heard a lot of people talking about on the radio today that he played 10 people. How could he? It's because the other guys weren't stepping up. So he had to expand his role. And some of the players looked fatigued. They were fatigued. I mean, Tobias Harris had to score 35, man. He missed so many bunnies. Those, I mean, in a back and forth game, when your
second highest player refuses to shoot the ball. Yeah, your number 3 can't score 25 and it's good enough.
So this is where I'm going to kind of agree with you only on the Ben Simmons part, is that his aggression declined because of the free throw shooting. You're right. So mentally, whatever happened, and actually started in the Washington series, Scott Brooks opened up a can of worms on that one. So that's what started it. Because the one thing about Ben Simmons is that Ben Simmons can easily average 18 points, 9 assists, 7 rebounds a game. He can wake up doing that. And to not have that and to put more pressure on the big man, things get a little tight. And that's, so I will add that part of the Ben Simmons led to the other guys getting tight, because Embiid was like, fuck it, excuse my language, we're going to Ben Simmons, Joel Embiid was like, F it. I'm the best player on the team. I got to do what I got to do because my other guy right now is going through something. I'm just going to stay. As long as he just stay on defense, and me and Tobias and Seth Curry,
when he saw him pass up on that dunk, and Embiid's reaction was like,
the whole team.
Dude, he's done. Yeah. Everybody, the whole arena was like, this dude is done.
I agree.
He's done. Get him off the court.
But Keisha was only like what 2 minutes left at that point.
Doesn't matter.
Okay, so they took him off the court. What if they won the game? You're saying that Sixers would have won the game? They took him off the court.
I think it was a better possibility.
No, don't give me that. Just yes or no. Would they have won the game?
Yeah. I'm gonna go with yes.
Okay.
Yes. Okay. And Maxey played the entire game, I think they would have won.
Maxey's a baby, man. He's not like stop.
I don't care what kind of baby Maxey.
Let's stop with the Maxey.
Give me a moment when Maxey got in a game and didn't perform.
Keisha, listen to me. So listen.
Give me a moment.
Saying. Hang on. I'm gonna
give me a moment. No, because you can't say Maxey's a baby. First of all these men are in the NBA. They all getting paid to play. They all getting paid to play, from rookies to veterans. So what's the point of having a rookie when you're going to say he's a baby and can't show up for a big moment? That's how rookies become superstars, bro.
Think about this.
You got to give him a shot when your number 2 guy has shut down. Shit, get somebody out the damn stands to play at that point.
Keisha,
come on, you telling me Maxey wasn't a viable option?
Keisha, think about this. Yes, he was a viable option, but think about this. Hang on, let me just say this. We're pinning our hopes on Tyler.
No, we're not.
You just said that. That was your overall point. You just said
no, it wasn't my overall point.
But we're talking about taking Ben Simmons out the game.
Okay.
The Sixers
let me not put so much emphasis.
Okay then.
On Maxey.
Okay. Thank you. All right then.
You have to make an adjustment. Shake Milton.
He won a game. He won a game. He won a game.
Give somebody at this point. Give anybody a shot.
But Keisha, that's what Doc was doing. That you're making my point.
No.
Oh my God.
You're giving people shots who've already shown who they are. We know who Milton is. We know who Korkmaz is. We know who Thibault is. If you grab these rookies who are supposed to go out and perform, who can match the energy, I'm not saying Maxey would have won you the series. I'm saying when your second highest paid player, your number 2 superstar quits, because that's what he did. He quit.
Keisha,
put somebody else in the game who wants to play.
Okay.
That's my only point.
Okay, I'm trying to get to your point.
And then you going to lose? You lose.
Okay.
But I'm not going to lose with a man standing under the basket refuses to dunk.
Let me get to your point. You said put somebody else in the game.
You got to understand my point first.
No,
you
I'm trying to get
my point?
there. That's what I'm trying to get there. I'm trying to answer that. So you say put somebody in the game, Keisha. Who? Doc, that's what Doc was doing. That's why I
told you who.
You said Maxey. But you came back and said, okay, or yeah, I didn't mean that if we bought Maxey, we were going to win. Let me pull that back. Great. Tell me the other players that would have helped them win the game that Doc didn't pick. Tell me the wrong players.
That's it.
So
I'm not impressed with nobody else.
Okay, thank you.
I know who these other guys are. I know who they are.
So thank you. So then we're saying the same thing.
No, we're not.
Oh my God.
No, we're not. No, we're not. You're saying he tried different things. No, he tried the same thing. Listen, we know what they bring in. And then you're going to put them all in the game at the same time? Like that was going to make a difference? Nah, come on. No. We're going to have to agree to disagree.
We definitely have to agree to disagree on this one.
That's how we're going to end it. Nope.
I don't know.
No, you're just going to have to leave it there. Nope. We're just going to end it. Leave both saying no. Nope.
All right. Keisha, we get you out of here on this one. I'm going to get you out of here on this one. What do you think the Sixers... Hang on, let me do this first. Real quick, let's wrap this up quick. Get that shit out of here. I don't want to see no ML. And I love Dr. King.
Right, stop disrespecting Martin Luther King. That's all it means.
Yeah, whatever.
That's all it means.
Whatever. All right. What do you want the Sixers to do this offseason?
Man, I don't waver in my responses. You don't know. Ben Simmons gotta go. They gotta trade.
That's it. Ben Simmons gotta go.
See, I'm not going to the extreme as fire Doc. He came in and he was dealing with the same personnel and Ben Simmons is Dwight Howard. Bye, bro. You were useless.
He turned silly.
LeBron made you look super good. You gotta go.
I'm very disappointed. Before we go in that, I'm very disappointed in Dwight Howard because he was one of the veteran leaders. He did not show up. No, forget that. He did show up. Instead of real basketball aggression and intimidation and leadership,
he's a clown.
He turned into a clown show.
He's been a clown.
And obviously it was because you need somebody loose to keep you loose and say, this is what you need to do. And obviously it's a bad matchup in Atlanta because they don't really have anybody. But all he really had to do was just come in there, make sure he grabs some rebounds and get ones.
Right.
That was it. That's all he had to do. He didn't have to do the I mean, I'm good with physical intimidation, but you can't do flagrant fouls, especially when you're him.
And it doesn't always, and I think this series has shown, these young boys, like these young guys on the Atlanta Hawks, they're not scared of these guys no more. like that whole like respect the veteran, like when rookies used to come in and play against Jordan and Pippen and Ewing. You know what I'm saying? There was a respect factor. These guys are coming in here. They don't care about Dwight Howards and LeBron's even. They want to go in there. They want their names. They want people wearing their jerseys. So that respect and fear that he thought he was going to impart on these young guys in Atlanta did not work at all. So he just ended up looking like a clown and didn't go out there and do his job. But so yeah, Dwight Howard needs to go. I'm cool with keeping like it matters, but I'm cool with Harris and what he brings. He needs to be, I think, become more aggressive. He needs to work on his shooting a little bit. I think Green is fine. I think Seth Curry kind of stepped up and did what he could. I think this environment is motivating him. Maybe unlike he feels like he's out of the shadow of his brother now. I think he kind of found his identity here, and he was more comfortable and confident in his shot selection. So I like those pickups that we brought along with Doc. I think as far as what his core was, which is what was from the Brett Brown era, it needs to be broken up. So Embiid and Simmons, the dynamic duo is no longer, not that they ever were. And I think we need an actual point guard. We need a confident, I don't know if it's a veteran or a superstar, but we need a solid, if he plays them. But apparently Maxey has proven his worth, and I think a lot of teams are going to be after him. But we'll see. If we don't keep Maxey, we need a solid point guard who can make. We need a confident, not even a superstar. We need a balling ass point guard, which we haven't had since Allen Iverson. And we need a solid 3-point shoot. Well, we got Seth, so we go with that. But we need a good, solid three type player who can play big and small he's old. We need a superstar. We need a superstar. Like Danny Green can come in for this person.
That's what
I don't know who this person is.
Thibault. You got to develop Thibault. Yeah.
He's not again, he's an off the bench player.
No, that's his role.
I don't want somebody to develop. I need a right now guy, a guy who wants a chip while he's still young. And I'm not talking about trading Ben Simmons for no damn Kyle Lowry. I'll burn whatever Sixers get I have if we get Kyle Lowry. Okay? I'm talking about some real meat and potatoes. Look, Embiid, I'm with you, bro. We going to the finals, not the conference finals. We going to I need that kind of player, that kind of energy where we hear his name called, we be like, that's it. Well, we going to the chip.
Well, Keish,
that's what we need. That's what we need. And I won't know who that guy is until I see who the free agents are and who's talking. Right. I know what's in my mind. I know what I would like to see, but I'm not going to say it just yet. People will have to come back and watch another podcast. But that's what we need. Ben Simmons and Dwight Howard got to go. Well, I'll give Doc Rivers another shot. I mean, I won't expect much more. He may be able to get over his little hump if we get the right players. But for right now, I mean, we're used to losing. So what's another season?
They're not used to losing. That's the bad part of it, is that the Sixers were 61-9 at home over the past 2 years, not even counting the bubble. 61-9, and Atlanta won a third of that this past 2 weeks, which is unheard of. So we know that with no
veteran players.
With no veteran players. So we know that the Sixers have something. It's not like this was the end and break it up. You know, the Sixers got something. What that something is they're going to need another superstar next to Joel Embiid. It's as simple as that. Whether it's Ben Simmons.
I will say he's finally matured.
Yeah, he's matured for sure. He's a father. I think that also helps. And the pain of losing that Kawhi shot took his heart, that killed him. And remember what happened last year in the bubble? They got swept without Ben Simmons. You know what I mean? So he obviously has some worth. So they need another superstar. So either it has to be Ben Simmons or it has to be somebody else. I don't know who, but that's what the Sixers need. You're not going to win. And I know Atlanta's on a little high. Atlanta's not winning no chip. So if there's a bunch of Atlanta fans out there, they're not winning up. They cannot win a championship without a superstar. So
they're
too
small.
And well, because of the NBA, because of the rules, he can kind of get by. But we know it's going to be Milwaukee and either LA or Phoenix that's going to be in the finals. Well, we know it's going to be one of them three teams. And all those teams have superstars. Now, if Kawhi Leonard doesn't come back, I think the Clippers lose. I think that Phoenix gets there. Chris Paul is a superstar. He's been waiting for this his whole life. He is going to have that.
I mean,
it's his time.
I would like to see him win.
It's his time. It is his time.
Because so he can retire. He's holding on.
Shoot, he don't look. Remember a few years ago, people like, should the Sixers get Chris Paul? People like, oh, hell no, we're not paying $40 million for that. They had a chance. They could have. They could have. They really could have. Yeah, so listen, they got to do something. This was a terrible, terrible loss. It hurt my feelings. It was on my birthday week. I had a great birthday week. Celebrated Juneteenth, real Independence Day, true Independence Day in America is Juneteenth. We celebrated Father's Day. Shout out to all those black fathers, including your husband, Kyrie. Great example of a black man, black father representing, doing 100. Don't you say a bad, don't you be quiet, you be nice. Anyway. And the Sixers, they hurt. There you go. The Sixers hurt my heart, man. But that's okay. It's all right.
You see, I didn't even rub it in, Ori. I ain't text you or nothing.
I know.
I ain't text you. I ain't even. All I did was wear this jersey.
Yeah. And see, that's how you do me. That's how you do me. You're going to get on this podcast and wear this jersey. You see how she is? Anyway, all right. Take it home. Wrap us up, homie. Take us home.
Listen, everybody knows I'm always right. Had Ori listened to me, he would not once again be feeling this hurt in his heart. So all you good people out there, make sure you like, share, comment, and subscribe. Leave us your feedback. Let us know what you want us to talk about. Because if it's trending, we're talking about it. Right now, what's trending is Ben Simmons got to go, and I'm full-heartedly agree. Thanks for watching. Keep on the lookout for some new and improved stuff. We're going to keep bringing y'all the heat, man. We appreciate your support, all 5 of y'all.
All right, y'all. Peace.